goes down instantaneously when he can heal these kind of HP back. They can shred a little bit, mind you. They can shred a little bit, but nothing too crazy. That's my problem. Naja takes time to pop off. And in fact, I like Naja to play heroes that are a lot more early game centric, such as the Yves, that kind of stuff. It's definitely a lot stronger on that note. And right off the bat, Team Max have already cleared out the mid lane. And right after clearing the mid lanes, here it is. Just showing himself down to the bottom lane and just doing a little bit of that small amount of influences. Heading right into the opponent's jungle. This is interesting. They're trying to go fast, and indeed, they did go fast. Shamar steals the purple buff away from Team Max now. So double purple buff for the side of Shamar. And now he also does have a little bit of the priority and the ease of being able to take his own orange buff. So Team Max, without a doubt, they are far behind. At least for Sakzu, he is far behind. There's not much that he will be able to do in the first total fight. And even by the time he reaches level 4, I think that Hayabusa is well over level 5. So totals for the first 3 minutes, 4 minutes is definitely going to go over to the side of Valhalla. Valhalla has got a good start. Amazing start, as a matter of fact. This is the problem about switching your mid laner down to the bottom lane a little bit too fast. That was a little bit too fast from Bimo to just run away. When your jungler is an Akai, Akai is a lot slower when it comes down to taking down his own creep camp. So I think that that's a very big mistake from Team Max there. So right now, level 3 doesn't even have his ultimate. He has to wait it out until that he's finally be able to. Now he does have his orange buff available, but this is also just going to be Valhalla trying to play fast. They can have an opportunity to kind of go for more steals, which indeed they did. They took Ricky down. And they're looking for more. A quick flicker from the side of Bimo ensures that he's not going to be pulled right into the Traction Pulse. I think that's an amazing trade. Traction Pulse for a flicker. There's a Roman that finally hit level 4. For the meantime, Sakzu is still taking his sweet time to get himself to his level 5, while Shamar is already at level 6. He can finally take his purple buff now, though. With a 1300 gold over to Team Max, 1800 gold to Shamar. I think this is a big win for Valhalla. This ramp should suffice them to go all the way to well around 10 minutes. That ramp should work out under 10 minutes. So looking at Team Max, I think they are a lot more of a team fight skirmish team. They really need a fast start in the early stage. As such, there we go. Soul is kiting, and he's running away. But unfortunately, that's the final slash that will still put the final nail in the coffin over to him. That wasn't too bad. That was honestly not too bad, but not good enough. That's Professor S right now slamming down on the secret. I don't think there's enough to actually get a kill down on the secret though, but a bunch of the members from the side of Valhalla, they don't have a lot of HP to work with. This is a very good zoning tool. This is a very good way of zoning from Team Max. Now, they finally managed to catch up just a little bit, right? Sakzu, level 6, almost to 7, while Shamar is already at level 8, close to 9. Shamar is, without a doubt, going to be the position 1 of this team. Just feed all of the farm over to him. As long as you see Shamar in the lane, he's taking all the farm. And as long as he's taking all the farms, he's going to be well ahead. And his target, or rather his opponent in terms of position 1 is... Oh, damn. I think Team Max is going to lose this. They don't have a very suitable position 1 player. Who the hell is a position 1? BMO? That's kind of weird, isn't it? But regardless, that is going to be a stun down. Oh, King Ares! He's going for all of these kiting plays. But unfortunately, he will still go down to heads. I think it's Lei. Lei gotta be the pos 1, right? Lei has to be the pos 1. But that's an XP lane CC. That means that this Arlot is damage Arlot? Is this really damage Arlot? Not a big fan of plus 1 or damage Arlot. I would much prefer to see CC do a little bit more towards the damage department, but we'll see how that goes. Heavy spin, right down the soul. My soul 2 manages to fight out of dodge. He's fine! Valhalla came in right in the nick of time. Making sure to don't just pin him straight wall. And right off the bat, we've got a turtle that is going to be spawning down and over to the bottom lane. 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Damage department is going to be bad for Team Max. They need to feed BMO the key as much kills as they can. I don't know where they're pulling all these damage out from, but now Valhalla is just going to be throwing themselves all the way right into King Ares. Takes him down almost immediately with the next one, Cypher, right onto the chopping block, and now the Ogi Shadow Kill will be able to do quite a number over to start the BMO the King, as well Sakzu takes one onto the chopping block as well, leaving just BMO the Key, and down he goes! 4 men down already! Valhalla now takes the turtle to themselves and head proxy in between T2 and T3, just so that he will be able to force Lei in a more bad location. And here goes. There's a couple of slam-ins. We've got a little bit more from the side of Valhalla, but hits. Flickers himself backwards. A good stun on the Sakzu. HP doesn't seem very well for Sakzu, but he's just going to be using his heavy spin just so they can cleanse himself, get himself right out of dodge, immobilize on the Cypher. But this upcoming wave will bring down this T1 turret, and Valhalla with 5,000 gold lead. They're now going to be pushing their advantage on over to the side of Sakzu. Immobilize him once again, and Naja picks up that kill. This is tough. Team Max, they don't have an answer. They hands down do not have an answer. It takes really long for CC to be able to do anything over to that Uranus. Literally no damage from the side of Team Max.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
This is the problem about playing double fighter side lanes. Double fighter side lanes, you need to at least have an insurance policy over to the late stages, because once you hit that mid stages, you actually have got no damage at all. That's why I was hoping for a Ling. Ling at least can play as a pos 1 effectively. But the moment you put in an Akai, your team has got no damage. It's just full on utility kind of team that doesn't do damage. You're just poking them and stunning them onto the ground. They will be happy to stay where they are, because they're not going back home. You are not sending them back home. Honestly, if Team Max is able to win this, honestly, I would have no idea how they would do it. That would mean that Valhalla make very big mistakes. Like, massive mistakes. But I cannot imagine just how big the mistake gotta have to be in order for Team Max to win this, right? Because the only reasonable damage that they can deal is like burst damage is gonna be the feathered airstrike. The moment you don't have a feathered airstrike, then you don't have damage. As such, now the feathered airstrike on the 2-person. Soul jumps all the way to the back, but BMO the key. You don't even care about all of that. Shamar is still gonna be hovering right around the Lord's Pit. He's just gonna be putting himself right back into the fight with the Ogi Shadow kill. Picked up a double kill on the both Sakzu. Oh, a lot of people are just dropping heads. King Ares, the next one down. And BMO the key, the only one remaining for the team. And just as expected, they only managed to bring Secret down.
Red team has slain the Lord.
And the Lord goes over to Valhalla. That is a tough one. That is a tough game. BMO the key was forced to use Wings by Wings, and that was just opportunity for Shamar. He doesn't have a lot of HP coming into that fight, but the moment he finishes his Ogi Shadow kill, he's back at full HP. That's the scary part about a Hayabusa. A long-term iframe literally just phases you out of the fight, deals damage to your opponents, and come back with almost full HP or full HP just because of the items that you picked up for yourself. Those are some scary stuff, man. With the Lord that is now going to be marching from the top lane, crashing down over to the middle and the top. Middle lane is not in tandem, but we do have the holy defense that will pop. But unfortunately, top lane doesn't have any holy defense, so Valhalla should be able to take this turret completely for free. As such, a stun down on the King Ares. If anything, this is gonna be a very committal fight from Team Max. If they do want to pick up a fight, they will have to sacrifice their entire team in order to realistically be able to do anything. As hits, lands the stun down right over to the side of King Ares, but he's still fine, he's still surviving. While in the meantime, Secret is just gonna be thrown all the way back over to the crystal as Saksu with the heavy spin takes him down pretty easily. While all of that is happening, the T3 turret in the middle lane has found itself all the way down to a good 5% HP. Or maybe that's 10%. It looks a little bit more like 10% to me. In fact, Valhalla is kind of giving them a lot of respect. They are currently 11,000 above of Team Max. They have the damage, they have the survivability. Team Max can't do anything to them. So, it is fair. King Ares is indeed going to be the tank hero, and the CC is going to play as the damage hero. So he does have the War Axe, the Hunter Strike, and the Sea Halberd. But aside from that, that is over. Everyone else is just building tank. But even like that, Lei is still not dealing enough damage. Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how that eventually goes. As now, Lei doesn't have a lot of HP to work with. He's probably gonna go down right now. Yes, indeed. As Hits now picks himself an unstoppable spree. The only other damage dealer aside from BMO is now dead. And BMO has been completely zoned out of the fight. So now there's nothing to be stopping Valhalla. One of their other tanky men has already been taken down. As a matter of fact, Valhalla has got an entire barren wasteland over to the side of Team Max. They're just gonna be jumping themselves. Oh wait, hold on a second. Shamar and Ninja finds himself utterly destroyed. Soul in the face of King Ares, BMO, and Sakzu. He don't care about anything. He's got consecration on, but what was that damage? And now Soul's the next one dead. What the hell was that? That shouldn't have happened. But Valhalla made a mistake there. But to be fair, I do agree with that. Right? That is what I would do because I have like 11,000 ahead of the opponents. I'm surely just gonna be jumping on the opponents But here we have yet another one of the feathered airstrike. Unfortunately, the Lord will knock BMO the key up to the air, and that is going to help Valhalla in going up to this upcoming fight. Sucks takes the Lord down, and Secret is gonna be the next one down. It's gonna be 2 men down for the side of Team Max. It doesn't really even matter that the Lord is not going over the side of Valhalla. They can just walk it right down. Top lane is pushing all the way through. King Ares is gonna be the only defender of the team. BMO the key is buying as much time as possible, but a single slam is all that's required to bring him down, leaving 1 member left. The Lord will now march in from the top lane. Valhalla don't give a damn about that. The traction pulse is gonna land, but unfortunately not gonna be pulling King Ares as of yet. It's just gonna be going for a little bit of stun and just gonna be playing around. And of course, King Ares down. Team Max down. We're going 5K, boys. Valhalla, they found themselves at the bottom of the regular season, just close enough to make it to play-ins.